Village Co-op CRM 2.06 meters bonus split among 37 families. When it came to me, the chief smiled and said,
Everyone discussed your 500,000 cold storage investment. Equipment rental fully reimbursed after 2 years.
I smiled, stood up, said all right. Since the cold storage is rental, I'll move it tomorrow. Silence for 3 seconds. Then the village chief laughed. 5 cranes rolled into the village at 6 a.m. next morning. He stopped laughing. At the co-op's annual bonus meeting, Chief Liu Qing sat in the center, in his cane chair. A stack of red envelopes and an open ledger in front of him.
This year, co-op sales reached 4.32 million. Net profit was 2.06 million.
Zhang Pangzi sat up front, legs wide, snapping his folding fan against his palm. He owns the village's biggest lychee grove. Eyes on red envelopes, he grinned. I sat in the very back by the wall just like 2 years ago. This meeting room was packed. That day was my cold storage kickoff meeting. I'll build it on my land with 500K for the village's fruit use. Sister Zhao first clapped and shouted, Zhao Chun is our village's savior. Brother, from now on, you are the top hero of our co-op. You hear, our village finally turns around. 2 years. Cold storage built. The fruit has been sold. Profits now.
Zhang Desheng, 280K.
Fat Zhang stood up, face glowing. He read names one by one. Each called stood up. Took red envelopes like awards. I waited in the corner. Names got closer. Finally.
Chen Yuan.
Liu Qing paused. He lifted his eyelids and glanced at me. I didn't get that look. Later I realized it was pride. He flipped the book, cleared his throat.
Your 500,000 yuan investment in the cold storage, everyone discussed it in a meeting.
He looked around. Sister Zhao and Fat Zhang nodded.
Counting the equipment rental fee, it balances out over 2 years. Your profit share is 0.
The meeting room quieted, then Sister Zhao spoke.
That's right. The cold storage isn't just Chen Yuan's, it's everyone's.
A few others chimed in. Voices not loud, but every word clear. I glanced at the profit-sharing sheet in my hand. Behind my name, there was a printed Arabic numeral, 0. Small and light, like nothing happened. I smiled, not a bitter smile, just the kind of smile when you know something. I stood up, and everyone looked at me. The cold storage is rental, so I'll pick it up tomorrow. The room quieted. Liu Qing laughed, leaning back in the wicker chair, legs crossed.
Move it! The cold storage is welded to the foundation. Can you move it?
A few laughed. Fat Zhang snapped his fan. Sister-in-law covered her mouth laughing. I stayed quiet. I walked out. Bright sunlight at door. I bent down and pushed my dad's wheelchair home. Zhao's voice came from behind. Are we giving him a share? He really thinks he's somebody now. Dad in wheelchair. He didn't look back. But I saw his fingers shaking on me. Pushed Dad into main room. He sat in wheelchair, head tilted, staring out window. Outside's the cold storage. I spent 500,000. It took 3 months, from laying the foundation to installing the compressor. I watched the whole process. The cold storage is 200 square meters. Stainless steel shell shines in sunset. 2 years. 37 village households fruit left here, earning 4.32 million yuan. My dad watched it for a long time. Wangsu came in with food and set the bowl on the table.
Moving. Yeah. Class left. What next?
We'll deal with it later. After dinner, I went to my room, closed the door, and found a number in my phone. Boss Lee's supplier, cold storage compressor, refrigeration pipes, stainless steel casing. Bought all from him. Answered after 2 rings. Chun, calling so late. What's up, Boss Lee? Can you lift the whole cold storage and pull out the foundation bolts when relocating? Yes. 4 25-ton cranes, 3 technicians, done in a day. Can you arrive at 6 a.m. tomorrow? Chun, you're in a hurry. We can do it, but once dismantled, can't reassemble. Foundation ruined. I know, I'm sure. Hung up, leaned on bed, stared at ceiling. 9:10 knock. Wangsu opened. Man at door Lao Zhou, cooperative accountant. Chun handed over his phone. The screen showed photos of the dividends real accounts. There was a strange transfer. Money from the cooperative's public account to a private account. Note, equipment maintenance fee 200,000 yuan. Recipient, Liu Qing's cousin. Liu Qing kicked you out because his cousin wanted your job. 20,000 a year. If you don't leave, his cousin can't get in. Chun said, I'm getting old. I won't be here in the village much longer. Keep these documents safe. I stood at the door watching his back. Wangsu asked quietly, what did he say? I saved Lao Zhou's photos from my phone. It's nothing. Go to bed early. It'll get noisy. 5:50 am, still dark. I'm at the gate. From afar, I hear the roar of diesel engines on the road. Here they come. At 6, 4 yellow 25-ton cranes drive in from the village entrance's cement road, lined up. Village wakes to noise.
Where are they heading? That's towards the cold storage.
Crane stops at cold storage door. Mr. Lee exits passenger seat.
Cheng is here. Everyone's here. We can start any time.
Liu Qing, wearing a Y-button shirt, jogs over from the village committee office.
Chun Yuan, what are you doing? The cold storage is cooperative property. You wouldn't dare touch it.
Be glad you have work. Don't tear down collective things.
200 tons lychees inside. Touch, I'll fight.
With everyone backing him up, Liu Qing stands straighter, feeling confident.
Chun Yuan, friendly advice? Think about yesterday's bonus. Don't act impulsively. If you want to stay in this village, it all depends on whether people give you any respect. Have those cranes leave right now. The fuel money is your own embarrassment tax.
He finished, glanced at villagers, mouth lifting. I stared at him, waited for his smile to end, then pulled a document from my pocket.
Property reg, set. Cold storage on my land.
Liu Qing takes and opens it.
The land is mine. I bought the equipment, and I hired people to install it. Check whose name is on it.
Stamped by city's real estate registration center. His eyes darted left and right twice, and his hand trembled. Sister Zhao, who was yelling the loudest just now, still had her mouth open, but no sound came out. Li waved, 3 technicians acted. 1 grabbed a wrench to remove bolts. 2 climbed the crane to adjust cables. Liu Qing took out his phone and tapped on the screen. Police.
Village Chief Liu Qing, someone's destroying our cold storage. Coming.
He hung up, walked to the cold storage, braced with hands, and sat on the ground. Second sister-in-law saw and sat down. Zhang Pengzi didn't sit, stood at cold storage door, arms crossed blocking entrance. His gaze wasn't as wild as Liu Qing's, calculating, weighing his 200 tons of lychees worth. He stood arms crossed, not wild-eyed like Liu Qing. His gaze calculated his 200 tons of lychees worth. Some villagers sat down too, while the technician kept unscrewing bolts nearby. The hand-twisted iron clanged clearly. Each twist made Liu Qing's eyelid twitch. Who breaks first now? 15 minutes later, police car arrived. The older one of the two spoke first. He's dismantling our co-op's cold storage. That's collective property, it's a crime. The police looked at him, then at me, and then at the 4 cranes. Are you Chun Yuan? The first cold storage title is under... The first cold storage ownership certificate, I'm the owner. The second cold storage equipment purchase contract, I paid for it personally, not the cooperative. The third supplier confirmation letter, the equipment was bought by me. The police took the paperwork, looked through it, then turned to Liu Qing.
Chief Liu, this cold storage is under his name. He signed the purchase contract personally, but he can't use it forever. The cooperative has usage rights. Usage rights? There's no oral agreement. He's dealing with his own property. We can't interfere. Please mind your boundaries. There's no right of use and no verbal agreement. He's dealing with his own property. We have no right to stop him. Watch yourself too.
Thank you. The police car just left. Liu Qing turned to look at the villagers. He wanted to speak, but no one met his eyes. I went to the cold storage power box, took out the key, unlocked and opened it. I pushed the far left main switch down. The cold room's compressor stopped humming. The sound that had gone non-stop for 2 years just disappeared like that. Zhang Pengzi paled 200 tons lychees inside, minus 20 degrees Celsius freezer lost power, 35 degrees Celsius July outside, temp rising every second. Push the left main switch down, the warehouse compressor's buzz stopped. The 2-year non-stop sound was gone. Zhang Pengzi paled his 200 tons of lychee inside, the minus 20 degrees Celsius freezer lost power, 35 degrees Celsius in July, temp rising every second. Told Mr. Li, start. Technician removed 12 foundation bolts. First crane extended arm. Steel cable through cold storage box top lifting ears. Hydraulic machine hissed. Steel cable tightened. Stainless steel box lifted slowly. 2 cranes worked together, 1 lifted, 1 dragged. When the first compressor was hoisted onto the flatbed, fear finally showed on Zhao Sao's face. The cold storage box was placed steadily on the truck with 2 compressor units. One installed, the other customizing. The cold pipes were cut into sections and stacked in the truck bed, looking like a pile of silver bones. The spot where the cold storage used to stand is now just bare concrete. Villagers around base still there when Fat Zhang spoke.
Where's my lychees?
Dry voice.
Where's my 200 tons of lychees? Now the cold storage is gone.
He stared at the huge stainless steel box on the truck, his eyes bulging. The door was still closed, and inside the temperature had probably gone up from minus 22 above zero. Door still closed, temp inside rose from minus 22 above zero. Without cold chain, how long will 200 tons of lychees stay fresh? The answer is at most 48 hours. Zhang Pengzi's lips tremble. I stand at the empty lot edge and pull out my phone.
Brother Chun, trouble, cold storage, okay? 3 lychee batches next week.
I cut him off. Cold storage is gone. Moved out. Just loaded. No cold chain for next week's lychees. Quality not guaranteed. Cancel all 3 orders.
Chun, kidding! 180 tons total. Clients lined up.
No joke. Ask Liu Qing, the cooperative director.
Liquidated damages, Liu Qing, cooperative president. I gave his number. Number by number, his face turned from white to gray, the color no living person should have. Hung up. No one spoke. I put away my phone, glanced at Mr. Li. Let's go. For crane started, flatbed followed. Convoy slowly left village entrance. Cold storage empty. On the first day after the cold storage left, there were 4 bolt holes in the cement base in the village, which had been blocked by rags, but the empty position of the cold storage was too obvious. Fatty Jong's 200 tons of lychees were in cold storage, now piled roadside. Next to him, he built a makeshift plastic shed with 4 bamboo poles and a blue rain cloth. The rain cloth is very thin, and the warm sunlight shines gently through it. He set up a plastic shelter nearby with 4 bamboo poles holding a blue tarp. The thin tarp lets sunlight through, turning the lychees underneath dark red. It's also time for the other growers to pick their fruit. Harvested longans, mangoes, Wampies know where to put them. Previously, goods went straight to cold storage for pre-cooling, waiting for cold chain trucks to pick them up. Where to send? 10 a.m., 45 degrees Celsius in plastic shelter. Noon, someone lifted plastic corner. Lychee skins no longer plump, turned dull reddish-brown from yesterday's bright red. Fruit flies showed up, buzzing around the tarp's edge black, green, swarming everywhere. Zhang Pengzi is sitting on a large, weathered rock outside the old shed, calling logistics companies nonstop on his phone. Call cold storage in county, city, capital. Every call gets pretty much the same answer. They're fully booked for the busy season. He stared at the screen for a few seconds, then muttered a curse aimed at Liu Qing. Where's Liu Qing? He's in the village office, making calls who knows to whom. But you can hear voices coming through the gap in the window. He's clearly begging. His tone isn't like the village head shouting outside the cold storage yesterday. Yeah, like Boeing. Next day, the smell came first. Morning door open. Wind from village carried sour, sweet, cloying scent. Not ripe fruit scent, but rotten stench. From a distance, Zhang Pengzi's plastic greenhouse looks like sticky dark red patches. Someone passed by holding their nose, picking up their pace. Zhang Pengzi's gone from the shed. He's squatting by his front gate, chain smoking. There are at least 20 or 30 cigarette butts on the ground. At 9 a.m., Liu Qing's phone rang. There was a PDF attachment titled, Official Notice of Breach of Lychee Supply Contract. The penalty is 80 yuan. His hand tightened unconsciously around the phone. His 800k, 2 years co-op profit. 2.06 meters bonuses took most, not enough left. Growers went to village committee at noon. At first a few, then more and more.
Who'll pay 800k? My 10 tons won't be rotted. What now? Why take Chun Yuan? If he's gone, how do we survive? This is all Liu Qing's doing. He should pay up.
Liu Qing walked out of the office. He opened his mouth, wanting to say something. Basket after basket of rotten mangoes, soft longans, and blackened lychees. Dumped on village steps. Zhang Pengzi stood behind the crowd. He didn't dump fruit. His 200 tons of lychees couldn't fit in baskets. His forehead veins pulsed. He stayed silent, scarier than shouting. Just after 6 p.m., Fat Zhang rushed into the open village committee gate.
200 tons lychees bad. Wholesalers breach notice 40k plus 80,000 from cooperative. Total 120k. Who pays? Desheng when we split dividends. You called me Zhang Desheng. Now just Desheng? You promised kick Chun Yuan 10% more. I believed. Where's the 10%? You agreed to it yourself. We all voted for the dividend plan. You raised your hand too. Zhang Desheng. I raised my hand because you said I'd get 10% more. You screwed me.
Growers crowded in, not to stop the fight, just to watch.
Liu Qing ousted Chun Yuan for cousin to take over cold storage. 20,000 per year maintenance. What? You kicked out Chun Yuan just so your cousin could get the job. You're using our money to take care of your family.
Blood dripped from chin to shirt. The 2 tangled growers stood at door. No one stepped in. Some even stepped back, making more space for them. That night, Liu Qing's cousin turned off his phone. He left in a white van via the dirt road behind the village. No one knows where he went. Wengsu messaged me on WeChat at home. She told me that there was a fight breaking out in the village. On day 3, Liu Qing came. He stood at my gate. I went out. That's Liu Qing outside. His lips trembled when he saw me. 3 days ago, he sat in that wicker chair, legs crossed, flicking ash. You can move it. The chair, ledger, and those who agreed with him are gone. Bring back the cold storage. I'll pay anything. I leaned against the doorframe watching him. He took my silence for hesitation, quickly added. Restart profit sharing.
50 okay, no rent. Maintenance yours. Top pay. Name price. I'll tell team.
Neighboring town's cold chain center signed with me last week. Cold storage enters directly, operational next month. The neighboring town's cold chain center signed with me last week. Cold storage moves in and operates next month. Liu Qing stood there. He hadn't left. Aunt Zhou came again.
Chun Yuan, please, I'm begging you. 5 tons mangoes ruined. This year's harvest gone. Bring the cold storage back. I'll kneel for you.
At the profit-sharing meeting, you said the cold storage was collective. Where is it now? I turned inside. I closed the door, saw Aunt Zhou kneeling in the yard through the window. Liu Qing stood beside her, head down, one standing, one kneeling. 2 weathering statues. After Mrs. Zhou left, Fat Zhang came with 5 or 6 growers.
Chun Yuan, 200 tons lychees rotted, 400,000 penalty. If you hadn't taken the cold storage, this, you pay?
I lost 20 tons of longans too. I stood at the door, didn't get anything, didn't call. I watched him, waited for him to finish.
Fat Jung.
He froze for a second. Probably didn't expect me to call him by his nickname.
The cold storage is mine. You saw the certificate. I can handle my own things legally. Second, at the dividend distribution meeting that we held earlier,
For OK penalty, Liu Qing promised 10% extra. This bill's on him, not me. Every word was true. Every word made him back down a little more. The people behind him glanced at each other, left one by one. Only Zhang Pangzi stayed, shoulders slumping. He looked like a deflated tire. He opened his mouth, as if to say something, but his lips trembled and nothing came out. His eyes turned red not from crying, but from exhaustion, like all his strength was drained and the redness came naturally. He wiped eyes hard, turned and left. He took a couple steps and his legs gave way, so he grabbed the wall for support. A month later, Cold Chain Center opened, no fireworks or red ribbons. A sign, Chun Yuan Cold Chain. The cold storage is 3 times bigger, with 3 new compressors covering a 50 kilometers radius. Mr. Zhang showed up.
Chun, you should have done this long ago. The co-op didn't deserve your skills.
Mr. Zhang's contract signing.
Sign today. Long-term contract, annual renewal. You'll be the biggest cold chain supplier here.
Afternoon, village growers came, stood outside Cold Chain Center, shy to enter. A few huddled, necks tucked, like caught stealing. You're the biggest cold chain supplier here now. Village growers came to the Cold Chain Center this afternoon. Shy to come in. Huddled in small groups, looking like they'd just been caught stealing.
Sign supply agreement.
Come in. They sat at the desk. Supply agreement simple. The price was 15% lower than what the co-op used to pay. But they had no choice. Fruit in peak season can't wait. No cold chain. Fruits waste after picking. Cold chain makes it produce. They signed with heads down. No one tried to bargain. No one even dared to ask for a lower price. Mrs. Zhao was last. When she reached me, she wouldn't look up. Her gaze drifted across the table. His hand shook when signing. The writing was crooked. After signing, he slid the agreement over, stood up, mouth open. He didn't speak, just lowered his head and walked fast. Fat Zhang was in the middle, head down the whole time. The pen ran out of ink when signing. He pulled out his own pen from his pocket, kept writing till he finished, put the pen away, stood up, and left without a word. Old Joe came too. He stood at the door, looked inside, saw me, nodded. I nodded back. Yu Qing didn't come. He's removed as village head. The 800,000 yuan cooperative penalty is still disputed. Some say cousin back. Others say no. But none of this matters to me anymore.